program, like step one is the cred maxing, and then you move on
cred max. You ruin your credit forever. Never.
I want to talk to you about 60 Days In, but like since we're kind of tangentially talking about prison and shit.
Okay.
New season. COVID ruined the last season. It was unwatchable because
I don't know the show at all. Can you give me like the 2-second premise of it?
Yeah. So they go to the scariest, least functional jails in the country, and they throw in contestants there. Now they tell the regular inmates, "Hey, we're a documentary, or we're with PBS, or we're with the Better Prisons Bureau, or whatever they say." But they say, "We're here to film. We're going to interview some of you. There's cameras here. Cameraman will move through the pod." They give an excuse, but secretly they have stuck in like half a dozen regular Joes who are being paid, I don't know, like $3,000 a week to go to prison for 60 days. And sometimes it's pretty sketchy. Like they don't fit in well. You know, sometimes it'll be a nerdy white guy in a room full of black dudes, and they're just not meshing well.
They do it on purpose. Yeah, they
do it on purpose. What my favorite story of all time is frequently they will load the deck against themselves first. They send pussies in because they want to see meltdowns. The pussies all quit. Like 6 out of 9 quit. So then they go to the ringers. This is Tyrone. He did 22 years in federal prison for armed robbery. Tyrone's like, yes, I'm going to be staying in jail for the next 2 months. Whatever. Tyrone doesn't care. He's so scary that he goes to their scary jail and loans someone a soup, like a ramen noodle packet. They can't pay him back. Again, he is a contestant. He says, he's outside their cell. He can't get to him. The door's locked. He's like, give me your fucking pants then, pussy. Give me your fucking And the dude takes his pants off and feeds them under the door. Tyrone takes those fucking pants, and now they're his pants. He's made the debt right. That guy goes and says he fears for his life in the pod and goes to a safety pod somewhere in fear of their ringer contestant. This season, same thing. COVID's a little bit of an issue. So for the first week, it's hell that you're in there. You're in a pod 23 hours a day with a stranger. Usually, if you're getting thrown in, it's your first week. A lot of these people are coming off drugs. Now, if it's weed, who cares? But most of them are coming off serious drugs. This guy has the most awful diarrhea in the toilet 3 feet away from our contestant. And he goes, sorry, bro, gotta go. And the camera's right there. Like, you watching this guy take a shit, and he wipes and like looks at it and then smells it and like throws it away. The contestant is wrapped up like a mummy. He's in the corner of the cell. He's just up on the butt. His head, he's in the fetal position, facing the corner, wrapped up with all the cloth he has. And this man is violently shitting. And you have to take your jumpsuit all the way off. You're like George Costanza. You're naked in there. You have to come completely out of this thing, the wipe. And you're in there for a week with whoever they throw you in there with. Crazy, psychopathic people screaming and coming off drugs. Then finally you get to go to Gin Pop, and it's just a bore. Taylor, we would be the toughest guys there. Okay? I'm not saying we'd be the most likely to intimidate somebody, but if there was an arm wrestling contest, one of us is going to come out on top, and our gay contestant is just being weird, standing out, and they're hyping this other black guy up to be the big bad, and I'm like, this is just a kid who wants to like get on TV. He's jumping around and clapping and stuff and having a good time. It's so shit right now. Everybody quit, and this one guy he does nothing but smile. He's like, yeah, you don't know what it's like till you get in there. And he wants people to go, yeah, man, it's okay. We understand. But he was talking so much shit beforehand. I'm built for this. I'm built different. You don't understand. The streets
one of those every season.
The streets I'm from, the neighborhood I grew up in, the people and just all these things about him that make him the guy who's bred for this, built for this, born for this. And he's right away scared because they're in a pod, like a dormitory, and everybody can just walk around. And if somebody wants to get you, they can just get you. There's no getting around that because we're all just hanging out in a big room together, and there's no guards.
I think it's season 6 of that show that the first 5 seasons were in not as wild of a prison. And then I think it was season 6, they switched to a much more intense prison, in Atlanta prison that's known for being raucous. And I guess that wasn't a huge part of the like intro sheet of like, we're doing it at a different prison, or the people, you know, they don't know, they don't think in their head, they're like, it's going to be similar to all the other seasons of the show. And it was, Atlanta was 3 to 4. Well, then it was whatever 6 was. And these people went in, and usually like on all the other seasons, there'd be like almost like a fact finding phase where the people in prison are like, I don't know about this guy. I don't know if I want to talk to him. I almost have a feeling that he's a plant, that he's fake. Like they're almost scoping it out. In this one, people would walk in and like people are gibbering in the corner. They're screaming. Like there's like a guy walks in and someone walks in. He's like, give me a mattress. And it's like just like screaming at him. And it's like, you've been in there for 35 seconds and someone gets kicked, like chooses to leave.
Dude, season 7 is McDonough, Georgia. I used to live like 2 years ago. I was there basically. Like I'm like 3 miles from the place. No, I've been in Atlanta for like half a decade now. At least, right? It's been a while. Anyway, I'm really liking this this season as much. I hate watch it, I'll admit, because I think that they're all pussies because they're scared of nothing. Because the situation is that everybody's just in here. There aren't any violent people. You don't see anybody being like, I just hurt somebody. I want to steal. I want to take and bully. No one has that attitude. And that's the problem that you don't want. Everybody's just chilling in their mattresses. It looks just like a summer camp with a bunch of boys. I think they might have like a foosball table. Like they're goofing around and partying and having a good time. It's not a scary ass jail. The women's side is scary. The women are nasty bitches and they're scary. And some of them are scary. Like they're screaming threats.
Wait, scary that if you're in a woman's prison, you're a god, right? You could beat up 6 of them at a time. You're not concerned.
Well, there are women contestants on the women's side, obviously.
This is hypothetical. This is like you're saying they're scary.
Well,
they're scary.
I wouldn't want to be in a. Yeah, sure, I suppose. But I'm talking about like for the contestants. You know, there's ladies stuck over there with scary women. For them, it's scary because they're in that 24-hour lockdown and they just some crazy bitch and Gen Pop going like, I know when you get out. I'm going to be waiting for you when you get out. You just wait. You know, she's clapping and snapping her fingers and stuff. Lots of cultural cues that I'm not too familiar with. It's scary.
Cultural cues I'm not too familiar with. That's funny. Yeah, that is a show that I would never want to participate in because I
really
made fun
I kept
of it.
Thinking like should have just fucking I'd have done this season, no problem. How much
you should do it? You've got experience. They give you like $50,000 for the 2 months.
60 days. Yeah, it's almost $1,000 a day.
So pretty solid.
Would you do it for that money, Kyle?
I think see, here's the problem. You don't know where you're going. If I knew that you were going to where they are right now, yeah, I'd do that because it looks super duper easy. It really looks like a lighter version than what I already did. It looks like, and plus you get to have the fun of being on the TV show and playing that silly game. Like that would keep you entertained. And knowing that you have a whole safety net around you and none of it's real, you wouldn't be all like, I'm gonna have some fun here. I don't know. I think I'm gonna try to trick some of these guys into some extra charges or something. Who knows?
Right? I want to say, yeah, I'd do it. $1,000 a day. That'd be fun. Like I could do this and no problem. I just keep my nose.
You quit anytime too.
Part? But I feel like that's a little me like Billy badassing. You know, if I was there, I'd have taken out that bully and taught him a lesson. And then you're actually in that situation and you don't. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But I like to think that I would do this and I would be fine.
You're a strong person, like all around, and like physical discomfort and mental stuff wouldn't like it would get to you, but you wouldn't break. Like these people break so fast. Like I went through all that nonsense through the legal system from beginning to end. I never cried in front of those people. I never cried in a fucking police car. No way I would cry in jail or prison. You don't cry in any of those places. And you see these guys fucking tearing up and shit and like getting scared. And these are just people like you. Like they're not animals. It really isn't like that mental asylum sort of image you have from TV or movies where someone's gibbering and there's weapons and drugs and like a whole system going on. Just seemed like people hanging out in jail. It really reminded me of summer camp that I never went to.